I'm back with another analysis on one of the indexes of US, NDX. The news is saying it is about a tech-heavy index that fell, but it clawed back all losers Wednesday as peers gave into the pressure. You know that the bad news about Silicon Valley's banks breakdown that caused that fell, but it has been, as it is saying, just it came back. So it is also saying the Nasdaq Composite was only survivor of all majors on US. So let's jump into these because I have had another analysis prior to this one. If you are going, this is going to be an update to that analysis. The link is in the description if you're interested to see the whole details of this analysis. But let's jump into the chart. Let's just recap a little bit. We talked about this impulsive wave uh, that we had in the weekly chart. You know that I really prefer to start from weekly charts to have a better understanding of the actual history. I always think that it is going to be really beneficial. So after drawing this, I can see that price has been just corrected itself to the 61.8 percentage. So let's get rid of this Fibonacci retracement tool. I know that we have had a major, very important support zone here. As we know, we can see that it has been reacted several times to this support zone, also prior to this recent time. So on the 61.8 percentage, so I will write 61.8 percentage of FIBO. So with those information, we know that also we talked about the waves. We know that this is going to be our ABC, a major ABC. Let me just choose a better color of that. This is my preferred color. So you have a better view, hopefully, on that. And this is going to be our ABC. And also we talked about, I guess this some sort of a channel. So if I can draw it uh, more accurately, we have seen that in these actually ABC pattern, reaching out to this support zone created a double top on a 61.8 critical zone and reversed and broke this weekly trend line, which seems so interesting. And also, if I bring up the MACD, you can see we have had a very, very strong divergence as price created lower lows on these, but it has been created higher lows on MACD, which is going to be our divergence. Let me just add these as well. So this was our weekly point of view. Also, I have been found a very important resistance zone, which is going to be somewhere around this one. You can see price has been also almost reach out to this point. Can actually draw some arrows here. If I want, I can extend it a little bit. Also put this here as my critical zone. So these are the information, and this channel, as you are aware, it is some sort of falling wedge. So better to also uh, acknowledge this, which this is the falling wedge, and we are expecting to break out on the top as it has happened, and also with the divergence, the support zone, double bottom, and all these were the signal to reversal for the reversal. Let's jump into the daily to have a better understanding. Let's get rid of this MACD. Let's reset the view, zoom out a little bit. Now I can actually have a better view of this corrective structure. I can see that it has been broken, reached that level, almost that critical support zone. But more importantly, after reaching this place, I have seen, let's get rid of this weekly structure. We know this is really important. We know that it was a breakout here. Just before getting rid of it, let's just clarify. This was the breakout of our daily structure, which was this whole thing that we are seeing, and also retest. And this retest has been created some sort of, but a little bit extended of a double bottom. And as you can see, this is, if I can extend it a little bit, this is going to be on a very critical zone again. I can add more arrows here, maybe count this as some sort of fake house again. Coming back to this, now it is behaving after you uh, use it used to be a resistance, but after the breakout to the top, finally, initially it couldn't, then finally it reversed and had the breakout, and now we have seen two sort of retest on the breakout point, as well as the daily structure, as well as the support zone. So with all that in mind, I would like to just get rid of these because it is going to be so crowded here with a lot of tools. So now I'm feeling better. So I have a more fresh, clean view of these. I can see that it has been some sort of a range market because we were at the end of this wedge that I just removed. So what I'm saying, maybe it is jump into the hourly. We discuss about all these details. Maybe I'm adding more information as well, because I just want to go through this time a little bit faster. So I can actually draw some sort of a channel around this area. So I can see that uh, I have had a flag pattern, which is the pull of the flag, and this is it's the actual flag. It is happening when actually it is a quick correction as the middle of the trend. Here, this flag is an uptrend. We have the pull, and it is in the middle of this uh, the flag, and we have a breakout. Actually, this was our previous point of our analysis. Again, if you're interested, the link is in the description. So the previous analysis, what I came up with the conclusion as a short term, I was expecting that price just reverse to the bottom to create some sort of an ABC pattern, which it has been happened. And then after that, because this is a continuational, this pattern is a continuational, and we also talked about, maybe we didn't, but it is the time to talk about that how much it has been corrected. We can see that it has been reached the 15% of its correction, which is nice to know. So let's get rid of this previous. We know that as we were expecting, now price just reach out to 15% of FIBO. Let me update this as 50% of FIBO level. So from that, we know this was the corrective structure, and inside this flag, and now we are seeing a momentum as it was our midterm conclusion, just breaking out to the top to this resistance level again, because it is so powerful point. We're seeing that we are almost there, but more importantly, as an update for these, that we have had some sort of a breakout, not some sort, it was a breakout, but we are not sure. It might be a fake out as well. This is always very important to keep in mind and pay attention. Breaking out a trend line doesn't necessarily telling very important thing, and it is not sharing very important thing with you. The most important thing is that it is still reaching to a top of this the previous wave. So if you count this as A or as one, let's say that it is going to be an impulsive, which is it seems to be a powerful one. If it is 1, 2, probably we are going to have the third. Just forget about this uh, 4 and 5. We will talk about that in the long-term conclusion. But if it is going to be a third wave, you can see that the start was so powerful. So also we had this conclusion in the previous analysis that it is going to be uh, come back to this level as a midterm. But now I just as the update, I want to tell you as the short term, because we are in a on an hourly chart time frame. So I would like to say that as the short term, a very short term, maybe we are going to have a continuation to a little bit to the top, to this previous point of the last, the end of the first wave. And but anyhow, I'm going to expect a little bit of retest to this level because also it is going. Let's get rid of this breakout. I would like to clarify. We know that we also had a breakout to this one, but I want to pay attention, actually attract your attention to this important zone, which was our breakout point. You can see that we have some critical points on these zones. So price reacted, but instead of like just moving around my mouse, maybe it is better to just draw some arrows to clarify for you what I'm talking about. We have had a gap here, but these are the points that I'm usually interested to look at. But we are seeing that after actually uh, being as working as a resistance recently, this hourly uh, critical zone, now I'm going to expecting a little bit of a retest as a short term, but as long term, let's go back to our daily. We know that we have had these impulsive to the 50 feeble level. Now we can get rid of these things because they are not really going to help us at this view. Okay, now I can breathe a little bit. So I can see the start of a rally here. So a longer way, a longer target can be at least up to this level. I'm seeing a very powerful one to these. If I just grab that Fibonacci extension tool, just a reversed, it's the same tool but reversed, you can see that, yeah, it has been settled in this area, the 125 percentage as the extension for our third wave, just hypothetically. Anyhow, let's get rid of this. And this is my midterm expectation. But again, we don't know. As a long term, let's go back to weekly and let's have an update on that. Uh, we talked about that divergence. Let's reset the chart. Let's get rid of these callouts and also these arrows. Yeah, those stops are good. We know that we had that falling wedge. This falling wedge, yeah, it has been broken after a reverse from 61.8 percentage. So anyhow, we are going to see some sort of reversal. We have started, regardless if it is going to be in the 1, 2, 3, or it is going to be an ABC. Yeah, maybe you are going to argue. We already had that talk, but maybe you want to say that, okay, why it is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is an ABC. So I just want to keep that open. I guess I've already actually discussed about that in the previous analysis. Again, link is in the description. But anyhow, regardless that if I'm right about that or wrong, this is going to be at least a third wave. We are expecting to be at the top of this point. So let me just shrink this a little bit. Let me just adjust it to have a better view. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I know this one, it's a little bit outside, but I'm going to have a better feeling with this one. As the resistance points, we talked about those important support zones. Also, I can add more arrows if I want. But anyhow, as a resistance point, I'm expecting that it reached to 120 a 7 Fibo extension as the midterm, but the long term, well, okay, we can argue the different scenarios. Another one is that returning from just to simply talking about these long terms are not really necessary. Uh, but well, we have two scenarios. It can be it depends to how you're seeing this wave. If it is going to be an ABC, maybe you are going to have a reversal at least to this level. Or if it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so this third level maybe can be here or a little bit to the top, then we have the fourth wave as the correctional returns and the fifth wave. So in this uptrend scenario, we are going to see a continuation of the third wave, a little bit to the top, then some sort of retest as a fourth wave, and another continuation maybe to this above actually level. You can see that it is going to be a level here, and also we can utilize this Fibonacci extension tool. So this is going to be um, mhm, let me just, yes, this was our 127 percentage that we talked about. Yeah, it can be the continuation. It is nice that it already just we have I have drawn an arrow that it might be to 161, which is so common for the third waves if they can be so powerful. Then a retest to the previous level 127, and then going back to the top, or maybe it can be extended as the Fibonacci. Okay, that is not, but it can have a third um, also target as 261, the next Fibo level, which, as you can see, I would like to extend it a little bit. As you can see, it is going to be the top of this previous wave, which can be nice to have. So you can see how these levels working with these actually levels, and it is always most of the times you're seeing that price respecting to these levels. So we talked about all of them just as a recap. As again, more details in the previous analysis if you are interested in the description. But as a recap, we have had some sort of, let's get rid of these. We have had this flag as we discussed. We have a breakout. Probably we are going to have some sort of a short retest to this breakout, but the midterm, we're going to expect that we're reaching this level on these. But as a long term, as we discussed, probably we can have two scenarios. One is the downtrend, just if we say that this is going to be a five wave, an ABC, and continuation, the downtrend, or if it was the ABC pattern of the previous long impulsive uptrend, then after this ABC, we are expecting to move forward, and it is going to be a 1, 2, 3 to the level, a little bit of a retest of 5 to somewhere here. Another scenario, of course, that it is not always these kind of ABCs. It might be, that's why I'm saying that it is going to return to this. I just want to add this sugar to this, that also this, if it is an ABC, and then we can have some sort of double combo or triple combo, having a more range market here. That's also a possibility for the future of this index. But what I'm actually really wants to emphasize is about short and midterm, not talking about these. Let me reset the chart for the last time, as this flag has been just broken up with a very long uh, uh, actually uptrend candle, hourly candle. So we are going heading to this level probably in the future. Anyhow, that was our update on the NDX. I hope you like it. You can actually, if you have any question, you can put comments. And also, there is a link to my Discord channel in my Discord server in my channel. If you have any question you want to ask about this technical thing, feel free to join there and ask your questions. I would be grateful to see also some feedbacks. If you put some comments or something, I would be grateful. So that's it for this time. Until next analysis, thank you for watching me and have a nice day.